Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Spotlight Gulf Coast is partnered with William Carey University and sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, Mississippi Power Company, Ray Brandt Auto Group, and the Butch Ostelet Foundation.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across South Mississippi, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Today we're real pleased to be talking about Renaissance Runway, but before we do that, we're going to be talking with Mary Cracchioli, who's the Director of Public Relations at the Beau Rivage. And Mary, thank you so much for agreeing to do this last second.
Well, I certainly appreciate the opportunity to be here. You do a great job with the show.
Well, and I certainly, our paths have been crossing quite a bit of late, and it's always good when you're working together in the community. We had Missy on a few weeks ago, and we were talking about upcoming event with the Martini Shakedown at the Beau Rivage. This past weekend, I was at the Beau for the So Strong event, and the Beau Rivage has always been sort of the gem of the coast. I mean, it's the sort of the center point of everything. And why don't you sort of tell us a little bit about what's going on at the Beau Rivage?
Well, no, I certainly appreciate that. We like the Beau, and we certainly try to be very involved in the community. Mm-hmm. So we do have a lot of special events and charitable events that we host at the Beau, but also we work with out in the community. Mm-hmm. And Renaissance the Runway is a perfect example of that. It's taking place at the IP, but we're very happy and proud to be part of that event and help style some of the models for that event. So certainly a lot of fun and a lot going on. But yeah, we are excited about what we've got coming up. You know, we've got entertainment. We're at the core of entertainment on the coast. Mm-hmm. And so we're gearing up for Cruising the Coast.
Right.
We've got a lot going on with Cruising the Coast. This is the 27th annual event, if you can believe that.
Wow.
And we've been involved since the very beginning, and we love the event. And so we'll have a week-long event, you know, activities from October 1 through October 8th.
I want to throw a shout out to the Beau because the Beau has actually been a part of the foundation since I started this 20-something years ago. I remember when Bruce Norris was there back in the day, and
absolutely,
we would get packages to the Beau Rivage for our golf tournament that would later become the Jolly, which became so successful. But, you know, I was mentioning earlier today, what a blessing it is that we have such great gaming institutions here. They work together. I mean, we have a fashion show that's IP. Tomorrow night, we did our mixer at the Beau Rivage at Top Golf last week. Those are the type of things that make this community so special.
I absolutely agree. You know, and I think we are a tight-knit community, and we're very fortunate to have that. You don't have that everywhere, you know, and we have. And we're going to be celebrating our 25th anniversary next March. And so we weren't here, you know, Beau Rivage was not here in the very beginning when gaming was introduced in August of 1992. We got here a little late. We opened in March of 99. But since we have been here, you know, we've obviously been very involved. And I think, you know, we've been through so many challenges, the coast. And so it's pretty exciting for us to be thinking about celebrating our 25th anniversary. But certainly a lot's been accomplished since, you know, gaming was introduced on the coast. And there is a lot of camaraderie. You know, certainly there's competition, but we all work together to make the coast better. So we love that. Yeah.
I like seeing when I go into the different gaming institutions, you see a lot of the upgrades because it's continually being upgraded. And that it takes that, you know, to keep the tourists to keep coming back. And I know y'all have a lot going on.
Yeah, you know, I think that's what's so great about working for a company like MGM Resorts, because we are constantly investing in our properties, and they have certainly committed to the Mississippi Gulf Coast and, you know, the southern part of the United States. You know, we certainly have a large footprint in Las Vegas and all along our regional properties throughout the East Coast. And but we're really proud of what we're able to accomplish here in Mississippi. Two big things that we've got coming up is our buffet modernization,
right, which
we have a great buffet, but, you know, we're certainly excited about getting that opportunity to modernize the buffet. And so we'll be introducing our brand new buffet in the middle of December. Okay. So right now, we just start on September 12th. We shut down our buffet to start work on that, working with our great partners at Yates Construction. But while the buffet is shut down, we have a temporary location So during the week for breakfast and lunch, we're at the BetMGM Sportsbook Bar and Grill in the back of the resort. And then on the weekends for evening, Friday night buffet, as well as our champagne brunch that we have, will be up in the Camino Ballroom. And so there's a little bit of an elevated, menu offerings to compensate for having the temporary location. But boy, we are excited. And I think the coast is going to be very pleased with our new buffet when it opens up.
I know I've walked past Top Golf quite a few times on the way to a lot of the events there, and going in there the other day and seeing the Italian leather sofas to, the big screens and the interactive golf that you could play. Everybody came away just sort of like, wow, can't wait to go back there. And that's that made me feel good that we were able to expose that to some people maybe that had never seen that before. But what a nice facility. And certainly on the next segment, we're going to be talking about Maceo, coming in to where everybody thinks was the old Bellini. And that's exciting.
Well, that's very exciting. I mean, the thing a lot of people do not know about Top Golf Swing Suite and our Black Clover Lounge, they're in our retail promenade. So people that have not been to the Beau Rivage in a while come and, are surprised and say, wow, this is a really great venue. Black Clover Lounge is just a swanky little, boutique bar that is offered there, not far from the parking garage, so it's very easy to get to. And Top Golf Swing Suite is a great place for, just hanging out, but also parties and groups, special events and things like that. So we're doing a lot more parties in there. So people can do birthday parties, or they can rent the space for, whatever they'd like. But, those simulators are not just golf. There's many different games that can be played on there, from everything from carnival games to other sports.
Right.
We even have zombie dodgeball, which is my favorite, but all sorts of fun things to do in there, as well as the big screens. So people that maybe don't want to go to the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill, but want to watch, sports with all the screens in there, it's really a great venue for that.
I know that I felt bad the other night because we were in there and so many of the regulars, I think, came by and they were like, another private event here.
What's going
we
on?
let them come on in, and so, it obviously has a great following and stuff. One of the other things that when you walk into the Beau Rivage are the flowers. I've always been amazed by it. You almost have some huge flower.
Well, I have to give props to Teresa Malone, our horticulturist, and her team, because, some casino resorts have a theme, maybe it's a country theme or a Mardi Gras theme, or, but our theme is our flowers. I mean, it's that casual elegance experience. We want, our guests and our visitors to come in and just say, wow, look at this beautiful venue. And that's really what it is. And so they change out those formal gardens out in the front on a regular basis. And then, of course, inside the atrium, those get changed out every month. And then they're refreshed in the middle of the month. So you'll see that that's a lot of thought goes into those flowers and that feeling that you have when you come in. So we've got some exciting things planned. Of course, the holidays are very big.
Right.
People come in from all over just to take pictures. Yeah, it's a Christmas card,
Right.
And so we look forward to that. That's every November. It starts before Thanksgiving and it runs through New Year's.
Okay, we're not going to move. We're going to have Ricci join us. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Beau Rivage and, of course, Maceo. So y'all don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're now joined by Ricky Lopez. And Ricky, I appreciate you coming on. And
thank you for having me.
It's been a great experience getting to know you this morning. And, this is, sort of, I like to look back at my career. This is a highlight for me, to see an event that we have coming up, Renaissance Runway. We now have a national figure who has done so much. So I'm actually honored. I really am, honored to have somebody come from Vegas, just for this, and we'll be dressing. And I love what I've got on. I feel good. I'm shooting it out to people, and they're like, "Wow, Todd."
There is a saying called "look good, feel good." So
well, I
everybody-
certainly do that. Now, Mary, we were talking about some of the upgrades, and we're going to get to Maceo, which is obviously one of the big ones.
Yeah.
But the Beau also has some great entertainment coming up.
Well,
and y'all are sort of on top of that one.
Well, and that's a big part of the Beau Rivage experience is the entertainment. So we're looking forward to cruising the coast. We do a week-long, event, of course, like everybody else. On the Wednesday night, the October 4th event is always the Biloxi Day, right? And so we always have our sock hop party, and this year we're so excited we're gonna have the Molly Ringwalds performing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In addition to that, we have our celebrity car folks that will be there. Dennis Gage with My Classic Car, Courtney Hanson, Christy Lee, and the Martin Brothers Construction, Joe and Amanda Martin, will be signing autographs and doing the meet greet from 6 to 7:30 outside the Beau Rivage Theater, which is free for folks to enjoy before the show starts. So that's, kind of our Wednesday night party, and it's always a great time. And then, of course, on Friday and Saturday night, we always invite the Beach Boys to perform, and they'll be back this year, and we're looking forward to that as well.
Well, I know I saw them a long, long time ago, and I think it was even in Vegas. But I know that the Beau is continually trying to upgrade their facilities. It's certainly, again, the flagship of our Mississippi Gulf Coast. Now, Maceo is a lot of work going on behind the boards there, and
yes, it's going to be remarkable.
Yeah,
we're very excited.
What date are we shooting for an opening?
Early November.
Okay.
And possibly a little sooner than that, but I think we're safe to say November and beyond.
And Ricky, what would it be like featured items and, like what I'm wearing, is that sort of an upscale, sort of formalish?
Yes. So if I may, well, first I want to thank you so much for your kind words earlier. You're too kind.
Well,
thank you. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be here. And what an honor to style you as well. You look great.
Well, you're going to be styling quite a few people, including our new sheriff of Harrison County.
That's right.
I think he said, like, what? But that's where we have fun with this. Anybody can feel better about themselves. That's what we've tried to always promote when I, am asking somebody to model. Why not get out of what we do on a day job every day?
I think they enjoy it. I think you have great models every year.
Right.
It evolves, and I think people look forward to it and have a lot of fun with it. So this will be fun for us, just having, you style, of course, yourself and Jonathan and David,
right,
and some of our Beau Rivage men, and of course the sheriff.
I know Anthony's always said this is his last year, but he keeps coming back another year, so he must be having fun with it, and always look forward to him having a good time. Ricky, coming from Vegas down here to the coast, being able to talk a little bit, and we talked about the importance of community. We've talked about working together with different gaming institutions and how that's makes for a stronger community. You sort of believe that.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think one of our mantras is success without giving back is failure. In Las Vegas locally, we support, I would say, about 40 different charities. We do tons of charitable auction items for silent auction, live auction, but giving back is just so important, and it's a big part of our brand. So we're and obviously now being here in Biloxi, we're so honored to be able to support the Baco Foundation, and we have a fun live auction package that's going to be featured. So hopefully that raises a lot of money. And then you did ask me about earlier about the store. So the store is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's right when you walk into the promenade. Big footprint. And what makes us different is, so we, as retailers, one of the most important things that sets you apart from the others is experience. So we consider ourselves to be an experiential retailer. And what I mean by that is we have different activations throughout the entire store of experiences. So whether that be working with a tailor, cutting and sewing, watching our tailors cut and sew the garments that are being worked on. We have what we call our bespoke fragrance bar, which will be featured at the Beau Rivage as well, where a client can come in and literally create their own custom fragrance. They walk out of their store with their own scent.
Wow.
We walk them through the entire process. We have about 100 different unique fragrances to choose from. We do the chemistry in front of you. We bottle it, we seal it. We could have an artist paint on the bottle. We can engrave it, and you walk away with your own scent, and it's pretty remarkable. And then in addition to that, we do custom clothing. So, we take the tape measure to your body. We take about 25 different measurements from head to toe, and then you create your own garment. So in essence, you're your own designer.
I know, whenever time I go into the Beau Rivage, it's almost like you're going into, Rodeo Drive of South Mississippi right there.
It does have that feel.
We do have lines that you can't find anywhere else.
Right.
So we, Cheryl Masters and her team do a very good job, and our buyers finding things and working with, brands and clothing lines that you just can't find anywhere else on the coast. So we're proud of that.
I was, the other night when I was there on Saturday night, you're talking about people coming to take pictures. It was prom night, homecoming.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe all the the high school seniors that were coming to do, like you said, take pictures with the flowers, either inside or outside. There's nothing more beautiful than the Beau Rivage walking in there and just like, wow,
We get a lot of folks like to take pictures out by the fountains as well, and the front gardens and our beautiful staircases. So yeah, there are a lot of perfect, backdrops for photos.
Now, in the next segment, Ricky, we're going to talk a little bit about your experience, because you bring an incredible history of experience to the present position you're in. And, I was reading your resume on Wikipedia, and I was like, wow, these are all the big names that I've always heard about. And here's somebody that's actually had a chance to work that. And I guess you're a culmination of all those experiences into who you are today.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put
That's
it.
good Cliff Notes version. I love that.
So we're going to take a short commercial break. We appreciate you coming on these two segments, and I'm going to come back with Ricky and do the final segment. Thank you so much,
Todd.
Mary, for what you do. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're now joined by Ricky Lopez. And Ricky, we've spent the entire morning, we've been on a couple of television shows. We're now doing a little feature here. I've just known you for a couple hours and feel like I know you. We've sat down.
I feel like I've known you for years.
Yeah, we're sitting there talking about many years ago, things like Wayne Newton, things that, the early days of Vegas. And, it's so neat to get to meet people, and that's what I love most about my job, is you get to meet people that you never know from that chance thing what could come from it. Now, I knew some things about you because I saw the Ellen DeGeneres clip, and I was telling you that story. But when I read your little Wikipedia, resume, man, you've done it all. So tell us a little bit about that. What is it, 30 plus years in the fashion industry?
I'm in my 30th year right now. Yeah,
wow.
It's been since I was, believe it or not, in high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always loved fashion. So I'm a little bit about me. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. My parents were born and raised in Las Vegas, and my grandparents. So my family's been there since 1925. My parents were entertainers. So my mom was one of the youngest dancers on the Las Vegas Strip in the 70s. My father plays the drums and piano. So I grew up very, very Las Vegas.
Right.
Like you mentioned, Wayne Newton, his daughter was a very, very good friend of mine. So I spent a lot of time at his ranch in Las Vegas growing up. Yeah. But I always, and then for me personally, I was a singer as a kid. I did a lot of acting and singing, and I grew up on stage. And with that being said, I was always getting dressed, like, for auditions, being on stage. Fashion has always been sort of a really big part of my youth and my world. And so only naturally, of obviously going into that industry, I immediately became enamored of the industry and what we do. And then I was, as a little bit fast forward to 1997, at the young age of 20 years old, I went to go to work with Gianni Versace. And what a remarkable designer and human being. And that was the sort of segue into my career in the luxury retail world, and working with so many incredible people from all over the world, athletes, lots of celebrities, movers and shakers, CEOs, entrepreneurs, you name it. I've worked with everyone. And because of working in Las Vegas on Rodeo Drive, these sort of big, huge international destinations, it's really helped me find my voice as far as, I do some design. I'm a stylist. I wear many different hats, but working with so many people from around the world has taught me a lot.
Yeah.
And it's something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, and it's you're bringing an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to every place that you go. You know, again, I haven't had that experience. I've had my own experiences, and you know, we're all when we go out every day, we're touching somebody with those experiences.
Yeah.
So I've been fascinated just getting to know you and talk to you. One of the things you were just talking about was a fragrance line, and I know that, you know, that is one of the other things that I think you brought to.
Yes, I've always, fragrance has always been a big part of my world as well. And when we opened up our Aria store, so that's where, in Las Vegas, that was the first brick and mortar stores at Aria. We're really involved with the MGM Resorts International, and when we opened the store, we wanted to bring in this new element that hadn't been there, which is fragrance. And tying in my many years of in the custom clothing world background, we thought it was a unique opportunity to not only have ready to wear fragrances, but to also incorporate this new world of custom scents. Now there are lots of fragrance makers that do custom fragrances. We think that we do it great and the best, and ours is unique and special in its own way.
And if you don't think that way, you never will be that way.
Right. Yes. Exactly. So fragrance. You know, I think your scent is your signature. For me personally, when I'm styling a client, it is from head to toe, and I'm talking every single detail right down to the socks. And then for me, the finishing touch is always your scent. I think it completes the entire look. I view it as unseen art because fragrance smells so different on everyone. So yeah, walking in the room looking like you do, and then having that extra touch with a beautiful fragrance is just that much better, in my opinion.
Well, you're too flattering. That's appreciate that. I'm not sure what to say, but I did want to segue into you're coming down here for Renaissance Runway for a unique type fashion show that we've started just 7 years ago. And it's not a New York style, Paris style fashion show. This is community, everyday people that get out and showcase local fashion. And we've got, I think, 5 to 7 that'll be wearing Maseo clothing.
Yep,
and,
head to toe, yeah.
You know, I've just been, everybody's sort of like, wow, where'd you get that? And from that, they'll learn an experience. So, you know, they'll learn from that experience because, you know, again, I think this is a unique opportunity, but you're really hands-on. I mean, you brought down my shirts because I said that maybe the neck was not the right size.
And I don't know if this is for better or worse, but I'm sort of a fanatic over the details, right down to like the way the pocket square,
right.
You know, it's so, yes, we're very, very proud and honored that we not only are able to support the foundation, but you know, to meet new people and to get our clothing on new potential clients, and you know, it's a lot of fun. And the looks that I picked, I don't know if you would have gone into a clothing store and picked out that exact jacket, but one of my biggest things is to get people out of their comfort zone, and just why not? I mean, why not try it? And I think everyone will be very pleased when they see what we have on the runway. It's a cohesive little capsule collection of different looks that we showcase in our collection, which consists of a lot. We do a lot at Maseo. We have everything from dinner jackets, tuxedos, dress shirts, athleisure, golf wear, suiting, sport coats, fragrance, belts.
And we've just got a minute left, but you'll be down here, I'm sure, for the grand opening.
Absolutely.
And I'll make sure I'm there, and we'll do another show.
And you better be wearing Maseo.
Hey, I plan on it. I have a secret plan to make that happen. But again, I can't thank you enough for spending the time this morning. I know you're down here, probably have some other, you know, things that you are doing. And I know I'm over putting together a fashion show, so I'll be leaving from this. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Look forward to looking back to this show. I appreciate, again, y'all's commitment to the community. Appreciate what you do, and look forward to a longer term relationship with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. We appreciate everybody's support of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi. Until next time, this is Todd Trenchard saying so long, and may God bless.